Hey, what are you doing? That's my bathwater.
Go your pal. Rats and
You know, KonoSuba is the only world you could save an entire town and still be prosecuted for it. And of course that is exactly what is happening to Kazuma, as he's been sentenced to death for blowing up a mansion. I mean, he did save the city, but I guess no one cares. Not even his own friends, is not even a soul is gonna take the fall for bro. I mean, at least Aqua tries to help, kinda, not really. Even the fucking lie detector is against him, so, you know, either way it's trial time.
First witness!
Okay, so the first crime it says you've committed here is that you beat the shit out of this guy and stole his sword.
I challenged him to a duel, so it's not his.
No further questions!
Wait, let me
Okay, next up is these two girls who said you...
Did he threaten to remove your undergarments in public?
Yeah, he totally threatened us.
I was there, I saw. He was doing this weird gesture with his fingers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's no defending you.
Guilty! Confiscation! Death
Oh
penalty!
my God, I'm going to lose.
Well, that was a short season. Like and subscribe for season 3. That is until Darkness pulls up and uses her get out of jail free card, aka just being in the Dustiness family. What kind of name is Dustiness? Anyway, this lets Kazuma's trial get extended at the expense of her innocence, if you can even call her innocent.
I mean, what the fuck?
And when the crib's been absolutely ramsacked in the process, so that could only mean one thing. Yeah, a season later and we are still wiping out frogs. Kind of more like the party's being wiped out. That is, however, until the goat Yun Yun comes to save everyone. Yun Yun is the daughter of the Crimson Demon leader and actually an advanced mage who is also Megumin's rival. I'm like 99% sure she is stronger than Megumin, but it just kind of never works. Oh, and if you think she's bad, well, you might end up with Kazuma. Anyway, of course they're all slimy after being munched on by the frogs, so Megumin and Kazuma take a bath together. And this gains him the nickname of Pedo Neat.
No, at the academy, she was the...
Holy shit, that cat is just like me! And according to this bull, Yun Yun is also like me as well. She got no friends, no bitches, no bull. Oh, and Megumin used to be broke as hell, and multiple years later, we're still broke as hell, so, you know, it's time for a quest. Now, this is a dungeon quest, so with Kazuma's foresight, he just jumps straight in, whilst Megumin waits outside because she's kind of useless inside. Oh, and also Aqua comes along, because apparently she can see really well in the dark, which means she's probably seen Kazuma gooning.
When you said you could hear me rustling around in the stables.
I didn't see what you were doing. When you'd start making those noises, I'd turn away so I could sleep.
I appreciate it.
Speaking of gooning, we also find this guy gooning over his dead wife.
Nigga, what?
I don't really blame the guy, to be honest. He's been trapped down there since like the beginning of time. But with no other option, apparently, Aqua decides to fucking murder him. She does this using her holy powers, which, funnily enough, turns out to be the only reason they always get attacked by the undead. So like any sane person would, Kazuma just straight up abandons her. And after this, they all go home to celebrate, with Kazuma doing that fuck-ass hand molestation thing. Also, Darkness is back, and apparently she wasn't sacrificed to this Donald Trump looking guy. She was only forced into marriage with this chud, so it's Aqua's and Kazuma's turn to go and help her in the most stylish way possible, until Kazuma gets paid off by her dad. So now they're going to 1v1, in which Darkness is just brutally violated in the process, causing her to pass out and consequently saving her from the marriage. That is not what he wanted. Also, you know how Aqua murdered that guy earlier? Yeah, apparently the magic she used just kind of forced the undead out of the dungeon, so now they're outside. So it's time to go wipe it out. You know, which should be easy enough, except it isn't, because we've got these little creeper things spawning everywhere. But luckily this time we have Darkness with us, so it's going to be a whole lot easier. And it's actually very lucky because we've run into another Devil King commander. Demon King, same thing. This guy's called Veneer. He's just a masked guy who can see everything. And he's dead. He actually just got murked. Well, only for about 2 minutes, then he comes back, because apparently the mask is his body, whilst this body is just like horseshit or something. So he takes over Darkness's body instead, which, you know, is probably the worst mistake he could have made. She's genuinely so freaky, she actually gives the guy asthma.
Stop interrupting me!
how is this even possible? Anyway, Kazuma wipes out this pentagram looking thing, and Darkness, or Veneer, heads to wipe everyone else out, but then kind of gets nuked by Megumin, so he's gone. But not for long, because now he's back and he's working with Wiz, which is fine because it becomes Kazuma's business partner, and you know, Kazuma gets absolutely rich. So rich that Kazuma spends all his money on a new sword and some tungsten armor from Terraria. He also aura farms the fuck out of everyone. But now he's all geared up with Chun Maru. Let's begin the quest. With a pretty good plan, there's no way Aqua can mess this up.
The monsters will come after me and jump all over me and leave me ruined and stop it! He doesn't look like he's done so many times.
You know what? It's okay. We've got Megumin to help us.
My magic power! Kazuma, I don't have enough magic power to unleash an explosion!
Yeah, Darkness is just a lost cause. But you know what? We've still got Kazuma. Yeah, it's Raps. And Kazuma just broke his neck and died for the 3rd time. But once again, the baddie Eris comes and saves him. Also, while he was dead, Megumin has named his meat the Holy Excalibur. Anyway, the Holy Excalibur does some more business with Veneer and ends up getting a deal for 300 million. And now that business is booming, it's time to go to a hot spring. Oh yeah, and also my wife, Wiz, is coming along as well. Just make sure she's home by 12, bro. On the way there, we get, you know, into some more BDSM shit. But everything goes to plan because Kazuma's there, luckily, and we finally arrive at this place. And after arriving, we probably find out the most terrifying thing in this show. This place is the home of Aqua's worshippers. The best way to describe these people is they're basically just a bunch of TikTok Christians, and they are terrifying. I mean, even the kids, bro. It's so bad. Megumin's been traumatized. Darkness is obviously gonna nut herself, and Kazuma's going clinically insane whilst Aqua is just spreading her gospel.
Ease your worries. The goddess is all forgiving, whether thou lovest big breasts, or whether thou lovest small breasts, be it lolicon, or neat, or a human who feels love for animal girls. You are forgiven.
I don't know how Aqua just religiously justified every fetish in the world. So after being fulfilled, it's finally hot spring time, where we meet this elf-looking woman and this middle-aged man who seems to be absolutely scarred and definitely never going to appear again. Speaking of being scarred, Kazuma also ends up scarring the woman, so she dips and goes for the next best thing, which is Darkness and Megumin.
I bet your ears against the wall and you're breathing hard, thinking about which part of her body Darkness is going to wash first.
Bro was doing exactly that. Oh yeah, whilst this was happening, Aqua's been purifying all of the hot springs and keeps getting kicked out, so now she's absolutely pissed. You know, it's pretty tragic getting kicked out of the place that literally worships you. However, this actually turns out to be a good thing because, you know, someone's been poisoned in the hot springs. I wonder who that could be. So Aqua does try to warn everyone, but just kind of gets bullied in the process. So on the night, they sneak out to the hot springs to go and try and deal with it themselves. And whilst they're on their way, they find this guy. Wait, this guy looks familiar. Man, this is the guy that's poisoning them. I mean, at least Aqua was right for once. This guy's called Hans, and he's a slime mutant, and of course another Demon King commander. So it's time to put belt to ass.
Never mind! Misunderstanding!
Oh, never mind then. And whilst running for their lives, they run into the Axis Court members, so, you know, it's time to turn around again because those guys are infinitely more scary. And Wiz is like 100 times scarier. Actually out here looking like Aokiji. But then the guy just decides to turn into the Slime King from Terraria. So whilst Aqua purifies the water while the townspeople hear her, Kazuma lures him to Megumin, who just blows the shit out of him like every other time. And then Wiz hits him with that Ice Age. And it's finally over and everyone is safe. Okay, he's back as a jellyfish, but it's fine because Aqua absolutely demolishes him. Obviously with help from the cult.
The goddess Eris pants her jacket!
And after Kazuma is revived by Eris after he got brutally murdered, the village is finally saved and everyone still bullies the party out. But everyone goes home and that is the conclusion of Season 2.